This video contains major spoilers, so watch at your own risk. If you're anything like me, thinking about the ending of Cyberpunk Edgerunners still brings a tear to your eye, and that's largely because of the strong character writing behind Lucy. The series follows David Martinez, an elite school dropout who joins a crew of criminal cyberpunks, taking on dangerous gigs in Night City. Among the crew is Lucy Kushinada, a character that completely stole the show for me. While her introduction might give the impression of a thrill-seeking, manic pixie dream girl, that truly isn't the case at all. Lucy's depth is revealed over the course of the show, and she turns out to have a way more compelling and devastating story than anyone expected. In this video, I'll be breaking her down into some character writing fundamentals, as outlined in the book Creating Character Arcs by K.M. Weiland, to analyze why she's so well constructed and how that makes her story so emotionally impactful. So, whether you're here to find out what makes her tick, or you want to write a character as good as her, you're in the right place. This is why you can't forget Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. There's no better place to start when analyzing any character than with the lie they believe, because their whole story ends up proving that lie wrong. As Weiland explains, your character is incomplete on the inside. He is harboring some deeply held misconception about either himself, the world, or probably both. The lie that Lucy believes is the same one that a great deal of these cyberpunks seem to believe for one reason or another. Don't get too close to people. Only look out for yourself. At the start of the series, all of Lucy's advances are ruses. She caresses David, only to lower his guard and pin him against the wall. Later, she hugs him, but only as a means to fit him with a tracking chip. The forward, carefree persona she puts on in her first outing with David is simply an act. When they share a braindance simulation of the moon together, and it seems like she's having a genuine moment with him, it turns out it was just a distraction for her team to take his Sandevistan cyberware. Even before she's properly introduced, we see her lingering in the background. She's present but withdrawn. Her very career is predicated on going unnoticed. She's not cold just because she's an introvert. Lucy remains distant and closed off from others because she believes the lie that she needs to be closed off for her own safety. But a lie that motivates your entire way of living doesn't just come from nowhere. It has to have an origin, and Weiland refers to this as the ghost. She writes, "Ghost is movie speak for something in your character's past that haunts them. The ghost will often be a part of your character's backstory, and readers will discover it only bit by bit. This is the case with Lucy. She keeps her past close to her chest, with only hints of some traumatic past incident related to netrunning. It isn't until more than halfway through the series, at episode 7, when her backstory is finally revealed. Lucy explains that she was raised in an Arasaka facility, one of the powerful mega-corporations that dominates this future. She and a group of other proficient children were all made to work as netrunners, diving into the old quarantine net to retrieve lost information. The dangerous environment caused the kids to die one by one, giving their lives not for a cause they believed in, but as Lucy puts it, chasing someone else's dream. After the remaining children organized a daring escape attempt, Lucy emerged as the only survivor. All alone, she roamed from place to place to avoid Arasaka's detection, eventually settling in Night City, as she considers it the best place for someone to hide. This is Lucy's ghost. It makes perfect sense why a character with this history would subscribe to the lie that she needs to close herself off from others. Not only does she need to lay low to avoid Arasaka, but she witnessed the people she did get close with all die off in front of her. Her backstory is not only relevant to the overarching Arasaka plotline, but it adds so much depth that helps us understand why her character is the way she is. As is the case with any well-written character, at the heart of Lucy's story is the conflict between what she wants and what she actually needs. The thing your character wants will almost always be something external, something physical. He's trying to salve his inner emptiness with exterior solutions. In contrast to her usual shrewdness, Lucy's want seems a bit naive and simple. She wants to go to the moon, Even though the moon brain dance was a setup, she later admits that this legitimately is her dream, and the reason why is paramount.
I want to go away, far as possible.
Her dream of the moon is an extension of the lie she believes. The moon is distant and secluded. It's how she lives her life already. Yes, it's the future and there are stations up there now, but when you think of the moon, the image conjured up is one of isolation, a place that's empty and devoid of life. David even compares it to a prison camp. It's interesting how the moon is both a lofty goal, it requires leaving the planet, but also strangely short-sighted for someone as intelligent as her. It's depicted as a highly commercialized vacation spot. It's not a particularly well-thought-out goal for an adult. It's the kind of dream that a child has, a child raised underground in an Arasaka facility. The ghost of her past still haunts her, both in dictating the lie she believes and her desire to get as far away as humanly possible. In line with Weiland's description of the want, it's what drives her actions as an edgerunner. Going to the moon ain't cheap, so she works in the criminal underworld to fund her eventual escape from the confines of Night City. As the two get closer, David vows to fulfill Lucy's dream and take her to the moon. However, in life, what we want is rarely what we truly need, and fiction is no different. The thing your character needs is usually going to be nothing more than a realization. In some stories, this realization may change nothing about his external life, but it will always transform his perspective of himself and the world around him. What Lucy needs is to open herself up to human connection. This is a theme at the core of most stories in the cyberpunk genre, and Edgerunners is no exception. It's all about the struggle to stay human while your humanity is being smothered by powerful corporations and technologies. Faraday, the corporate fixer who double-crosses the team, spells this all out when sharing his thoughts on Maine.
His flaw was impersonal attachment. Familiarity muddies the mind, leads to ruin.
The forces of antagonism in the series are more machine than man, figuratively and quite literally with Adam Smasher, a corporate mercenary so cybernetically augmented it's unknown how much of his human body is even left within all that metal. The world is actively trying to sever human connections, which is why this is such an appropriate need for Lucy. What Lucy truly needs isn't to escape to somewhere far away. She needs to let people in, and there's a reason David is the one that makes her realize this. In David, she finds the antithesis of the lie that she must close herself off and hide away from others. David is sincere, trusting, and good-natured compared to the other gonks she's used to. As she puts it, he's the kind of guy who jumps into the fire to rescue someone, even when he knows he'll get burned. As she gradually lets David in, her dream shifts away from the moon and instead towards a life with David. Like she points out sitting alongside him under the night sky, the stars are brighter when the moon is away. However, while netrunning, Lucy uncovers Arasaka's plans to utilize David due to his strong fortitude for cyberware. Despite the two now becoming intimate, old habits die hard, and she still has trouble fully opening herself up to him. She only works in the shadows to protect him, hiding the truth of the company's intentions from him, which means she's still keeping David at an arm's length. For all that's changed between them, Lucy is still acting distant, just in different ways. Unfortunately, that realization of her true need comes too late, because as Lucy becomes more in touch with her humanity, David begins to lose his. He installs more and more cyberware, losing his grip on reality, and the kindness that once separated him from others begins to slip away. Cyberpsychosis sets in, and he resorts to manning a gargantuan cyberskeleton, turning him into a clear parallel of Adam Smasher. David rescues Lucy from Faraday and Arasaka at the cost of his own life, but before dying, he tells her his dream was never to die a Night City legend. His dream was to fulfill her dream, and he needs her to see it through. David was blind to the truth that Lucy had come to realize, that she no longer dreamt of the moon, and instead only desired a life she could share with him.
You never had to save me. All I ever wanted was for you to live.
Her dream of the moon is hollow now. It was always a want, a symptom of her ghost, and a distraction from confronting her real need. And yet, she honors his dying wish and goes to the moon. Not for her sake, but for his. The tragic irony is that she's once again chasing someone else's dream, the very thing she fought to escape Arasaka for. This final scene fulfills an essential part of the resolution, showing how much the character has changed, which Weiland calls the character's new normal. As she explains, these changes are often best demonstrated by creating a deliberate contrast between the normal world in the beginning of the story and the new normal that exists in the wake of the conflict. While we don't return to the exact spot where David first met her in the beginning of the story, one of their first moments together was the brain dance they shared, which was a simulation of the moon. The simulated moon represents her world and state of mind at the beginning of the story, and visiting for real at the end shows the new normal for Lucy. In the brain dance she shared with David, she was joyful. Now when we see Lucy on the lunar surface, we don't see her finding enjoyment in any of the same recreational activities. Instead, she only smiles when imagining what it would be like with David by her side. The direct parallel to the earlier scenes serves as visual proof that what she pines for is completely different now. The story ends with us understanding that Lucy has changed, from a withdrawn loner to someone who finds no solace in isolation and understands the importance of human connection. So that's why you can't forget Lucy. It's not just because of the "I really want to stay at your house" needle drop, though that does help. Cyberpunk Edgerunners' emotional ending hits as hard as it does because of the great character writing of Lucy. She has everything that constitutes a well-constructed character. A strong lie, ghost, want, and need, which all firmly tie into the themes of the series and the genre as a whole, to deliver a powerful resolution that sticks with you. A second season of the show has already been confirmed, so maybe we'll get to see more of this newly changed Lucy, but only time will tell. I just want her to be happy, man. I hope you enjoyed this character breakdown, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to let me know. I'd love to do this for all sorts of characters from different series if the demand is there, so suggestions are more than welcome. Also, I recently collabed with the YouTuber Samurai Bar on a video talking about Lawrence of Arabia and Shogun. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do check it out. I had a great time working with him on it. Catch you later, chooms.